Yeah, it's your boy Fist in the his house, bringing us a great edition, Black Ops from the box, cause you know it's hot. And you guys requested it, and Fist is doing to deliver it. It's the weekend, so why not? Bringing you the Claw in Black Ops. Now, I made this video because it had a little bit more action with the AK-47. Probably like my third or fourth game back to Black Ops in like a month. So I was really rusty. As you can see here, I get taken out by Magnum. I was like furious. I was like, man, I'll never get killed by that. I got fucking noobified right there. But those are the type of things that make you realize that coming from Homefront, a dedicated served game, 12v12, and going to Ground War Domination 9v9, because honestly the maps are just entirely too big. And see, I was taking a lot of unnecessary deaths. You could tell like I'm like totally out of sync right here, jumping off cliffs, not realizing that I'm going to die. You know, shooting off the hip with the AK. This stuff like that was great. And then look at this, I almost got killed and knifed. There's just so much wrong with Black Ops. You know, rewarding bad players for bad gameplay. But let me go back. Coming from Homefront, a dedicated 12v12 game, going back to a 9v9 Ground War Domination in Black Ops, because to be honest with you, the maps are entirely too big for any other game type to be played correctly. In the streaks in this game, you know, the camping that goes on to get the streaks. You know, some people are like, oh, Fist, you raved about Black Ops when it came out like it was like the Holy Grail. We have to understand that, you know, I was a Battlefield player, and they took that game away from me. And their only first-person shooter game that was available for me to play was the Call of Duty series. And what the realization that I came to, and I'm going to go in depth, more in depth on this psychologically on my podcast on Sunday. And how I can answer that question, you know, why people say, you know, oh, you love this game and now you're turning on it. Well, what people don't realize is that, for example, if you're in Russia and you're like pounded in your head to love communism and you really don't know anything other than communism, and let's say we're talking about the 80s, but then you escaped and you discovered that everything they were telling you was lies in Russia, and you're in America now, and you're like, oh my God, there is something better than where I was at, or better than what I was living at. So I just feel like when I've been in this Call of Duty series is that I've been blinded, and it's the same thing that I could feel, the same way I feel about how people are feeling that came from Halo. You know, they were so brainwashed into believing that their game was the best game, and then when other people just the core group left that game and got tired of it, they moved on to something else like Call of Duty or Battlefield. They realized that, man, they were sold. And the same thing that I'm starting to realize in this game is the fact that this is the only game that everybody plays. So the thing about it is that humans are like cockroaches. We can adapt to any situation, mostly. So we accepted this game and its mediocrity as the norm. So we don't see no different as to how bad this game really is. So for example, you know, you plant a tree and you come back 10 years later and it's grown up. You're like, holy shit, it's changed. But if you've been there every single day and you look at the tree, you don't never see it grow because you're there every day. You never see the difference. The same thing that's happening to these commentators who are continuously playing Black Ops. They don't like the game. It's not fun. They're just doing it because they get paid to do it. They're not doing it because they love the game. I mean, if they didn't love the game, they wouldn't talk about playing other games or talk about this or doing something different than what they're doing, period. So the point being is that truly deep down inside, every other commentator that if all they ever done is Call of Duty Black Ops or Call of Duty, they're lying not only to you, but they're lying to themselves. They are stuck into this mind trap of mediocrity because they play it every day and they don't know any different. When I left, because when I first played Call of Duty 4, I was like, holy shit, this game sucks compared to Battlefield 2. Then I got used to the mediocrity. That's what everybody was playing. I conditioned myself. I'm a human. Like, I conditioned myself to the situation, like a roach. And the same thing is happening to the community. You don't even realize that this game is inherently, mechanically flawed, flawlessly bad. And I'm going to go over that in my podcast in more detail. How bad people are tricked into this. And the funny thing is, this MLG thing, like, MLG is like super late on everything. Like, Halo is totally dead. The scene is totally dead. And now they're just now calling in the Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay into the MLG playlist. And then the funny thing about it is that they're telling you the game is wrong from the onset. Like, we will never accept this game. Here are the rules to the game. And then they changed the playlist so that everybody can play a certain way. You know, if MLG is late on a game, first off, I mean, they're already too late. They should be concentrating on Battlefield 3 or the next game. Like, Call of Duty life's expectancy is probably 2 more generations, like maybe a year and a half, and it's going to be over. 2 more games of Call of Duty, and people are going to be done with it. So, like, you had Halo 3, then Reach, that was the end. And now we'll probably have, you know, starting on this game, the next game, and then the last game will be the last one anybody buys. So 2 more games, and this Call of Duty series is through. And MLG is late on it. But what I want to say is, like, even MLG changes what you can use and what you can't use in the game type for competitive battle. So it just tells you this game is inherently flawed beyond belief. But I'm going to cover all of that in my podcast on Sunday. You guys need to wake up, try Homefront, try other games, and people are already doing it anyway. Just by the fact of how much people are talking about Homefront, how much people are talking about Crisis, how much people are talking about any game other than Black Ops. They're done with it. So if you haven't woke up, you are blinded by the mediocrity in sheep's clothing. Until next time, it's your boy Fizz. Peace!
Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.